leader of the Cosmic Armada, wolphnara, and today we got another Ordeal review. This is pretty much what we go through panel by panel, and I give my thoughts on the chapter in of itself, besides the hype from the live reaction. So, in regard to the chapter, we start off with Commander Ian and the Lieutenant's side, where they're unable to actually find who the commander is. They got the commander rail hidden between all of these soldiers, right? So you see that they actually do still have the arrow formation up, and so you see a line of blue, just indicative, just showing that they have a shield around the soldiers themselves. So when we get a close up on the soldiers, then we actually see the blue shields, which is fire. So that way you can kind of get an overhead view of what's going on perfectly fine before you get the actual view of what's going on, which is fire. Commander Ian, or Captain Ian, he's going crazy right now. He's still smoking everybody, you feel me? Everybody just getting packed up, you feel me? Gas everywhere. Nobody got names. So hey, he beating up all the slaws, alright? Every slaw. Catching these, bro. Catching these. So he showed that he doesn't know exactly what the commander is. So the best case scenario, they was gonna be able to kill the commander, bring down the army, and go secure the boxes location and provide manpower over there. However, since he's unable to do that, they had to call in the reinforcements because they was pretty much at 30% ammo left, and at that rate, everybody was gonna die in that unit. Especially, they shouldn't be taking unnecessary risks because they have the tagging technology and they're the only ones with the tag technology. So I'm glad once they get to about 30%, it started to make sense to call in for backup, because at that point, that y'all just lose 70% of y'all bullets in the span of a couple, you know what I'm saying? In our view, a couple of chapters, you feel me? But in their view, maybe it's been like an hour or two. But you're able to pretty much use majority of your resources to the point where you had to resupply. But dude right here, Mr. Clone Fruit guy right here with the clone talent. And this man got like 50 versions of himself. He's pretty durable. He survived more than most of these people. So hey, it is what it is, man. So he told Lieutenant to fire the signal, which is the green flare gun, just basically indicated they need help. They need to resupply. So I'm guessing if they were able to find the commander, it'd be like a different symbol, maybe like a different color, maybe like a red smoke symbol. But Lieutenant is going crazy. He is shooting at anything that is moving towards him. He does not care, bro. He's guns blazing. One man got his arm, another man got his other arm. Somebody tried to grab his leg, but he kicked off another man. He shot the dude trying to grab his leg. Like, come on now, bro. Lieutenant is going crazy. And then he slices everybody, so that way he has a chance to actually bring up the flare. You still see he has the gun pointed at everybody, which is just a saucy pose, I should say. And so, as we scroll down, he shoots the flare up, and then the actual commander, Henley, he sends the other troops in, but he specifically tells the resupply unit to go in and then pretty much leave, so that way they don't get hurt, and they have other people to resupply them, so they don't gotta really worry about that portion. So if they attack the supplies, the Titan army might actually have a chance at bringing down the actual army, which is fire. But hey, man, you never know what's gonna happen in war. So when we continue down, we get actually back to, you know what I'm saying, I thought we was going back to Andrea. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I seen this mountain right here, I'm like, Andrea? You know, we about around young? Of course not. This is where Tevin and Anton is actually fighting at this current point in time. They're fighting Kagaya. And we see that Tevin throws a couple of punches at Kagaya, and Kagaya was just telling him, like, bro, them some light punches, bro. The punches real light, bro. So he tells him, let me throw a punch. He actually lets him throw a punch. Couldn't be me, King, because I would have definitely hit him with the weave. But the thunderclap after the small shockwave, and then the thunderclap to make the bigger crater, is a fire small ground effect, which is, it's amazing to me. So it's punches, parries, ground effect. Spread arms out, clap, ground wave. Same effect, but it covers and cracks, which is fire. Like, kind of indicative of lightning cracking the ground, striking the ground. And so when he punches him, he realized what kind of what kind of talent he has with the red mask. You feel me? So he was like, okay, I have no choice but to, you know what I'm saying, do the thingy thing. You feel me? We're gonna talk about that in a minute. So Anton typically starts off his fights with false staff, so that way he kind of fell out his opponents before he brought out true staff. However, when he initially met him, he must have left a strong impression on Anton, where Anton instantly knew that he had to bust out the true staff. It wasn't anything less than true staff, bro. You're just there at that point. Second strongest or not, you were just there at that point. So he had to bring out the second staff. And you see Tevin just crash, and so he really understands how Kaguya talent works in of itself. So he notices that he has to actually push himself again. And he tells Anton to hold off Kaguya. So now I want to talk about Anton and Kaguya fight. Anton is way more even with the rage side of Kaguya than we actually think. Because every time Kaguya tries to kick him or attack him, he always dodges. Anton is sleek. Anton is slick like grease, man. That's little monkey lightning right there. You know what I'm saying? Going crazy. So we transition to Tevin, and he looks down. I love whenever he transforms into Hot, he gets the spark. But I love how his eyes actually glow up, bro. That's so fire to me. That was gassy. It's just a small little note. Like, he's getting closer to what we see him in the future. His dreads are there. They're getting longer too, while Shay hair is getting shorter. If you notice, he got his dreads cut a few chapters ago. And so we see the magma veins. And then remember, we went Black Forge initially. Now we're just so happy that we actually got to see, even if it's just not a complete Black Forge, but a personalized Black Forge, like a smaller portion of Black Forge, like Black Forge 50%. It's like Black Forge 50%. And so we're going to get down to that in a minute. So every time Anton tries to counter Kaguya, well, attack Kaguya, he dodges. But it's the same thing when Kaguya tries to attack Anton. Initially, I thought he got hit. However, wait, he may have actually got hit. No, he actually got hit by Kaguya. So Kaguya actually has the upper hand here. Heel crush. Yep. Back. True staff extend. And then he tries to extend the staff to take off his foot. He says he's going to break his ankle. It just goes to show you the ingenuity of Anton, which is fire. Man said, hey, man, it's not going to be that easy. He told me to hold you right here. This is what I'm going to do. He tries to throw the vacuum punch at Anton. He moves out the way because he actually knows. He sees the danger. He was like, all right, bro. Nah, you're not hitting me with that, bro. We're not doing that one, cuz. So he missed. Then they have their banner. And then this was fire. This panel was fire. With Black Forge. Bro, the explosion to create Black Forge is fire. And then that hammer high. That's crazy because we know that he doesn't necessarily have a limit with Black Forge. So the fact that he's able to produce Black Forge and now he's able to produce our first version of Black Forge, which is Hammer's High, amazing. Tevin growth is fire. I don't know if people sleep on Tevin or not. Let me know if you guys are, you know what I'm saying, if he's one of your favorite characters, if he has one of your favorite talents. But I don't know if people sleep on Tevin or not. But I know I was sleeping on Anton. I didn't think he was the second strongest. But hey, man, you know what I'm saying? People could be wrong. It's okay to be wrong. So hey, but this right here was fire. The look, and then how he actually goes to counter him. He uses the retraction from the hammer itself and allows that to make him dash forward. Speed blitzes past Anton to the point he kicks up a lot of dust and he just closes his eyes. And then the other one extracts. So like one retract boot, and then he extracted, makes it go back out boot, and he prepares himself with that one. And then when he's about to throw the punch, he retracts it again real quick, and then he prepares it for it. He's about to throw that one, bro. That's fire. That's a small little detail that's needed. And then they clash, and because they clash with the same amount of force, it cancels it out, which is fire. He said, "Hey man, you trying to impress me, man? You see the face of Tevin, like, bro. I told you what I'm here for, bro. It's fire. It's fire." Now, if we go back to Shay, I'm starting to wonder if the Bifrost is really something um, that they could just only see through. I wonder if they can actually travel through it, because we know Heimdall is supposed to control the Bifrost in of itself. So, and we know this is pretty much Heimdall's power in of itself. So, can they travel through the Bifrost? That'll be fire. You know, we got the signal jam, but we still have old girl looking at the war from above, and they don't know that Val is there. And I like this last panel basically saying that if we get caught, he has the helmet in his head, the helmet of a Viking warrior in his hand. Axe is on his side. You're going crazy. You feel me? Pray we are not needed. That is probably one of the best ways you can end a chapter. Just basically saying, like, yeah, we can help as many people as we can, but if we're needed, that means there's no other choice. And in war, once you take away everyone's choice, it goes to desperation. You can't corner a desperate animal. It's going to lead to all sorts of casualty, all sorts of selfish decisions. Some people may betray, even if they're like minor characters, but in war, some people may defect to the other side. You feel me? So just pray we are not needed. But anyway, this is all I got for this review of Ordeal. I definitely enjoyed this review, this chapter or this episode of season 2. If I can rate it, I don't know. If you guys want me to start rating chapters, you let me know down below. I'm not gonna give it a rating. I'll let you guys let me know down below in the comment section if you want me to start rating chapters. And let me know what your rating is first, and then from this point on, I can rate the chapters on my personal thoughts. Anyways, be your boy wolphnara. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out. Who really a factor? I done grew up as a bastard, stepped out the wound into a disaster. Designing drugs and guns on my city after, pray for the lackers. Cause it only get worse and they try to blame it on your rappers. Label was factors. My rappy told me sign an affidavit like my life and my family ain't matter. Do you know how I feel to get served to the court on the plate?